Generally, I think animal production in the United States is fairly monitored and regulated, but in some instances when it's all for profit, you take notice of some of the inhumane treatment of animals. Animals start getting cramped up in small quarters. Luckily, recently there's some legislature that has affected the treatment of animals in enclosed spaces, especially for production. But I think a lot of steps can be taken still. There's a lot of changes that can occur, and some reform is definitely needed to improve the livelihood of these animals that are providing us with so much.
Been a vegetarian off and on for 2.5 years. I kind of phased it out slowly, but I did so because the more I learned about the way meat is produced and the resources it takes, the less that I wanted to keep eating it. So that's one of my main reasons for being vegetarian. So I try to stay somewhat literate on those kinds of issues. The energy that is input into a system, 10% goes on to the next level in the food chain, as a rule of thumb. So just on a calories per acre basis, it's just more sustainable to eat a plant-based diet.
I've been a vegetarian since, well, on and off since like 7th grade. That's when I started, and then I was vegetarian for like a year, and then my mom talked me out of it. And then I was vegetarian for like another year, and then my mom talked me out of it again. And then it really stuck, and I've been vegetarian for like 2.5 years, and I've been vegan for 1 year, almost 11 months. In my 7th grade health class, we watched Food Inc., and it really grossed me out, and I couldn't deal with eating chicken nuggets or hamburgers or anything.
There's this deliberate veil, this curtain that's dropped between us and where our food is coming from. The industry doesn't want you to know the truth about what you're eating, because if you knew, you might not want to eat it.
It impacts like everything I do pretty much, like when I go out and like what I say, like when in conversations, if it comes up, like that goes a different direction, and people sometimes like have problems with you not eating meat, and I like that's kind of weird to me. Yeah. And it's made me like see things that people do in like a different light, kind of. I actually just made a PSA for KCPR about how one hamburger uses 660 gallons of water to produce, and that's like taking 26 showers. So every time someone's like stop leaving the water running when you're like brushing your teeth, or like stop taking a shower for so long, I'm like, hey, like you're eating beef. It's the leading cause of CO2 emissions, like more than every single like bit of transportation put together, and it like is using up all the resources in the world. We're running out of our rainforests because of animal agriculture, and like every single environmental agency or like charity is like totally not talking about it because all these animal agricultural companies are like paying them off.